the program itself in South Africa. So moving ahead, Madam Editor, thanks for standing by. This is now your time. Thank you.
Okay. Greetings of peace and good evening from South Sudan. First and foremost, I would like to thank Madam Dr. Comfort for reaching us in South Sudan. I'm called Editor Mele Leju, the Executive Director of National Women Empowerment and Rehabilitation Organization. We are a new implementing partner in South Sudan, even though we didn't do much, but I would like to introduce what Nuero is doing, and then we move to the mining sector in South Sudan. National Women Empowerment and Rehabilitation Organization is a women-led, non-governmental organization established in 2010 to transition vulnerable communities to building resilience and empowerment of women and girls. Our programs focus on creating livelihood opportunities for women and promoting gender equality to improve the welfare and health of women and girls in South Sudan. We say girls, but boys, we include boys. Our vision is to see a South Sudanese society where women and girls are free from violence, inequality, and injustice, and enjoy equal opportunity in all spheres of life. The mission of Nuero is to empower and promote women's rights, to improve the livelihood, health, and justice of vulnerable women and girls through our programs in child protection, economic empowerment, health, and education initiative. About South Sudan mining sector, South Sudan is one of the 55 African countries with a rich mineral resources. It has over 20 different types of minerals, with crude oil and gold mining being the most important export. However, South Sudan's economy relies on oil exploration to generate income, to facilitate in developmental and humanitarian programs. South Sudan has developed a Mining Act 2012 as a framework to regulate the development and management of mining activities, but with little provision of women participation and protection of children from mining activities. The Mining Act 2012 is currently under review with the Ministry of Justice, after which it will be presented to the Parliament for deliberation before it is signed by the President into law. On the women engagement, the engagement of women and children in the mining sectors. Under the oil sector, less than 2% of women are working with the companies. They work as nurses, doctors, and cleaners. Because few women have education careers in oil production in South Sudan. As you know, that South Sudan has a high illiteracy rate of women. However, no children are working in the oil sector in South Sudan. In South Sudan, many women and children are engaged in gold mining activities in the Equatorial region. When we say Equatorial region, we mean that Central Equatoria, Eastern Equatoria, and Western Equatoria. This means that there is a practice of children labor and exploitation of vulnerable women and children in the gold mining activities. On the challenges facing women in the mining sector, the negative gender social norms that deny women's rights to work in mining activities. There is no enabling an environment that promotes a safe and equitable mining environment for women in South Sudan. Women and children in the oil field have been affected by pollution, whereby some women experience miscarriage, production of abnormal babies, cancer, as a result of drinking contaminated water, including respiratory infections. Lack of protective gears such as safety shoes, gumboots, and hand gloves for women involved in stone quarry activities. Now we have the recommendations. My recommendations is there is a need to support community awareness raising so that women know their rights. Also, there is a need to advocate. We need to advocate for effective policies that stop the engagement of children in mining activities and ensure the protection and empowerment of women in the mining sectors. There is a need to conduct engagement meetings with community leaders and key government stakeholders working in the mining sectors for the removal of children from mining activities and provide them with opportunity to go to school and build a brighter future. Also, there is a need to strengthen the economic security of vulnerable women working in the mining sector to improve their livelihood. These women, especially in Eastern Equatoria, which is the place of gold mining, they go to the river to collect this small mining so that they sell with a cheap price and then buy food for their children. On top of this, they also take their girls with the babies to the place of gold mining. Means that they are not, the parents are not, they are not know that these children are supposed to go to school. So as a Nuero, we need to advocate for the government so that these children should be going to school instead of going to mining places. There is a need for intervention that promote gender equality and address an equal gender power relations into the community. Here in South Sudan, women doesn't have power, women doesn't own land. When the husband die, they are not own the assets for their husbands. That's why we say that we need also to intervene and promote the gender equality so that they will also be equal with men in South Sudan. This is what we have because we are new.